Hello, and welcome to Season 8 of the Fueling Creativity in Education podcast. We are so excited to be back in 2024, and we have some amazing guests lined up for you, Matt.
Yes, we do. So we are launching Season 8 of the Fueling Creativity in Education podcast. We've got some great guests who we haven't interviewed yet, but we have interviewed some of our guests for Season 8. For example, we've interviewed Dr. Janet Ratner, who spoke about generative AI, specifically telling us the difference between things like co-creativity and computational creativity. So that was a really great episode. We've also interviewed Barbara Smith to talk a little bit about writing, and then Todd Henry, who spoke about the Brave Habit. So we've already had some really great discussions. So we know we're in store for a wonderful Season 8.
And Matt, don't forget, we also just confirmed a double espresso with creativity researcher Todd Lubart, who has done a tremendous amount of work in the field of creativity and education, and we'll be having 2 episodes with him.
Yes, that's great. And if you're listening for the first time, and listen, we've got a YouTube video happening now. So Cindy and I are having to adjust a little bit to this video thing. And what we would say is that for our double espressos, as a reminder, our episodes are typically about 20 to 25 minutes, but within our seasons, usually for 1 or 2 guests, we typically explore 2 different topics, and therefore we turn a 60-minute interview into 2 episodes, and we call them double espresso episodes.
So we hope you will join us on this season of the Fueling Creativity in Education podcast. And if you have any suggestions for future guests, please reach out to us at questions@fuelingcreativitypodcast.com.
Yes. Now, Cindy, actually, before we go, there is one thing that I do want to say. I do want to say that one of the things that I'm most excited about with Season 8, Cindy, is the fact that we're going back to our roots a little bit, because we've really made an effort we've got some creativity researchers, but we've also made an effort to go and bring in some more teachers back on the show, because, I don't know about you, but I think that's the concept of bridging the gap in the show, is when we take the knowledge that we got from researchers and then we really explore what's happening on the ground, all of these amazing ideas and activities that teachers are inventing in order to promote creativity in their students. So I don't know about you, but I'm kind of really excited about. We spent a lot of time talking about generative AI, and I think we should continue to talk about generative AI. But I'm looking forward to also just getting back and exploring some just everyday classroom topics as well.
I agree, Matt. And I think we should also tell our listeners that we're going to be doing 2 presentations in 2024 that we've already lined up. One is at the Learning in the Brain Conference, which is held in New York City, which we'll link to in our notes. And the other one is the Torrance Festival of Ideas. So if you listen to the episode with Anna Abraham, who is the chair of the Torrance Center of Creativity at the University of Georgia, she is holding a free Festival of Ideas conference in April, and we will be doing a presentation based on what we've learned on this podcast.
Yeah, that's going to be super duper fun. All right. So if you're joining us via YouTube, and we don't often produce some YouTube episodes, but as I referenced, we have been exploring it via our previous Listen and Learn series. What we want you to do is go find the Fueling Creativity in Education podcast on your preferred podcasting platform, and make sure you subscribe. And likewise, if you're listening to our episodes but haven't followed us yet on your favorite podcasting platform, please do so, because one of our goals for 2024 is to try and double the number of subscribers that we have to our show.
And thanks so much for listening to us today. My name is Dr. Cindy Burnett.
And my name is Dr. Matthew Werwood.